10 on TV 20 Detroit starts right now.
Community in mourning. 5 people killed overnight at a gay nightclub in Colorado Springs.
Not letting fear win. You know, that's what I feel people who do these types of things would want you to do, to run inside and hide. And ultimately, if you do those things, it's letting them win.
Flowers, notes, mementos surround the scene as the LGBTQ plus community and allies look for healing in tragedy.
My hope is that people find a way to manage their hate, to hopefully find someone they could talk to, seek professional help, so that they could look at their fellow sister and brother as people, not as a target to destroy.
A devastating attack on the LGBTQ plus community. 5 people were killed and more than 24 others injured in a nightclub shooting in Colorado.
Police say a 22-year-old man entered the club and immediately opened fire. The shooting now being investigated as a hate crime. ABC's Zareen Shah has the latest.
A community now in mourning, remembering the victims of a mass shooting Saturday night at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs.
Initial evidence and interviews indicate that the suspect entered Club Q and immediately began shooting at people inside.
The suspect has been identified as 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich. Law enforcement officials briefed on the investigation tell ABC News he is the same person arrested in a June 2021 bomb threat incident.
At least 2 firearms were found at the scene. We are still working to identify the firearms and who they belong to, but I can confirm that the suspect used a long rifle during the shooting.
Authorities praising the actions of some patrons.
We know one or more patrons heroically intervened to subdue the suspect, and we praise those individuals who did so because their actions clearly saved lives.
It was so scary. I heard shots, broken glass, bodies.
Joshua Thurman says he was dancing when the shots rang out.
It was... How? Why?
He says some of his friends were among those killed.
This is the only LGBTQIA plus place in the entire city of Colorado Springs. What are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to go? How are we supposed to feel safe in our environment when it just got shot up?
According to its website, Club Q hosts a weekly drag show on Saturday nights. But now the website says the club will be closed until further notice. Authorities say the suspect is currently hospitalized. U.S. attorneys say the case is being investigated as a hate crime in addition to the murder charges. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The LGBTQ plus community here in Metro Detroit reeling from this tragedy.
7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham brings us reaction from groups calling for meaningful action from allies and change from those harboring hate.
That tragedy happened more than 1,300 miles away from Metro Detroit, but the LGBTQ plus community here says that impact is far-reaching. Tonight, they're expressing a range of emotions.
Yet another tragedy. I'm angry. I'm really angry.
Sadness. You go to a nightclub Sunday morning, one of your loved ones is gone. I mean, how horrible is that?
Nzere Kwabena, Executive Director of LGBT Detroit, and Dave Garcia, Executive Director of Affirmations Detroit, say the Pulse Nightclub shooting in 2016 in Orlando is one of the first things that came to mind after hearing of the latest deadly mass shooting in Colorado at Club Q. Like Pulse, it's also a gay nightclub. While investigators are still determining whether to classify the Club Q tragedy as a hate crime, Garcia says he's seen an increase in threats towards Affirmations' LGBTQ plus community center.
Just last week, someone called in and said they were friends of the Parkland shooter and they were on their way to Affirmations.
Threats to gathering places, and Kwabena says it's an everyday heightened awareness for individuals.
It's one of those experiences that when you are out and you walk amongst everyone, there's a certain kind of behavior that you are cautious about. You pray that it doesn't come your way, and for some it comes too often.
To combat hate turning into violence, Garcia says more allies of his community need to speak up.
You see us under attack. Until the straight community gets off the sidelines and starts to fight with us shoulder to shoulder and help protect us, this rhetoric against the queer community is causing violence.
What would your message be to someone who harbors this level of hate in their heart?
My hope is that people find a way to manage their hate, to hopefully find someone they could talk to, seek professional help, so that they could look at their fellow sister and brother as people, not as a target to destroy.
All we want is the same rights as everyone else, and to live our life in safety and security. That's the big, scary gay agenda. That's it.
Darren Cunningham, 7 Action News.
Darren, thank you. Hate crimes in the U.S. have been on the rise in recent years. The latest statistics from the FBI reveal race and ethnicity as the leading motivation, followed by religion and then sexual orientation.
Of the more than 7,000 incidents reported in 2019, more than half were motivated by a race, ethnicity, or ancestry bias. 21% were prompted by religious bias, and nearly 17% resulted from sexual orientation bias.
President Joe Biden condemning the violence in Colorado. In addition to praying for the victims and pushing for action against gun violence, he writes on Twitter, quote, "We must drive out the inequities that contribute to the violence against LGBTQIA+ people. We cannot tolerate hate," end quote.
We will be following this story and all of its developments to bring you the very latest updates. And you can always find those updates on our webpage, WXYZ.com.